How's it going, everyone? My name is Chandler, and you are listening to Thinking Outside the Pylons. Please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Follow us on our Twitter and Instagram to keep up with our latest and breaking news. And don't forget to check us out on our YouTube. Now relax, and I hope you enjoy. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Welcome to Thinking Outside the Pylons podcast. My name is Chandler. I'm your host, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're enjoying your time. If you're working, great. If you're not, hopefully it gets better. This is the first ever podcast I've ever done, so it's choppy, bad. I do apologize. I'm trying. I just want to have fun. I'm a huge sports fan, so I have some opinions. I want to get them out there, and I want to continue this. Right now, obviously, not many sports going on. COVID-19, last 2 months really shut everything down, so we're trying to find that little standstill with sports to kind of really make it work. I know that soccer's coming back. I know Korean baseball is going on. I know they're still playing cornhole, so maybe there's a chance. Maybe things are going to come back. I know the MLB is just a complete shit show right now. They have no idea what's going on there. I know that the NBA is coming back in August. Some players are happy, some players aren't. We'll dive deep into that as well. And NFL is on their off season, but hey, what's nice is that they're opening up facilities, so maybe we might have football on time this year. But that all being said, the most important issue going on right now in this country and across the world is the Black Lives Matter movement. Everyone's caught up with it. I'm not going to get into that, but what I am going to say and what I'm going to try to stick to is a correlation of the Black Lives Matter movement with sports. To put it out there, I am in my mid-20s, I live in Florida, and I am white. With that, I completely support the Black Lives Matter movement. 100%, there's no reason where we should be in 2020 and be talking about the things that we are talking about, because racism is so strong and so bad that it's just disgusting and it's disturbing. So what I really want to get into is why it hurts in sports to still see it, and if you don't see it, you're part of the problem, and that's being completely honest. Stepping right into it is the Colin Kaepernick and the Kevin Durant, LeBron James, shut up and dribble. I'm going to start with the Colin Kaepernick, and this being said is that when a guy can take a team to the Super Bowl, everyone will support that team on his chest and that name on his back. But the moment he says or does something to show his stance on an issue, everyone will blackball him and tell him to go away. It almost happened to Eric Reid, but hey, people need safeties. And it is just disturbing, and I can't believe that we live in a world that you can say freedom of speech, but someone uses their freedom of speech and doesn't agree with your opinion, you won't listen to him and you'll tell him to go away. It doesn't make sense. And then that goes into I can't breathe, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, shut up and dribble. This was two people at the time using their platform, who they are in society, to make a stand and say, this is an issue, we need to talk about it. But for some reason, because they're basketball players and they're black, they shouldn't be talking about these issues. Singers, actors, doctors, firefighters, nurses, teachers, these are all professions in which they are allowed to say what they want to and stand for they want to. But all because someone makes millions of dollars playing basketball, in which they give back to their community, you have an issue with what they say. And it isn't just the one reporter on Fox News. I'm sorry, it's not. But it's every single person that used that phrase after the fact. because these were two people that just want to show support for their people. Because at the end of the day, when you say shut up and dribble, you are not talking to LeBron James and Kevin Durant. You are talking to the entire race of black people. And why? Because those two people are standing up for their people. You, as someone in a political party, will say this person represents me, they represent my voice. And if someone shuts them down, they're shutting your entire thought process, your entire belief system. And telling LeBron James and telling Kevin Durant to shut up and dribble, you are doing the same thing to an entire race. Which just is disgusting and terrible. To the people that can say all lives matter, sure, cool, yeah, all lives matter. I'm white, my life matters. That's not the argument. I don't know when that was ever the argument. The argument is that black lives matter. And I don't understand why that is so hard to get. I don't understand why people can't stand by these people that love and cherish everyone in a community and will just say their opinion doesn't matter because they don't agree with me. When you think your opinion matters more than someone else, that means you are looking down on them. And most of the time, 99% of the time, if it is someone of a different color or different race or thought process, it's usually someone being racist. You have to understand that being black now is considered being a weapon in 2020. But so is having a badge, a number, and a gun. Because at the end of the day, being black hasn't killed anyone. Well, other than the victims that are black. But being a police officer with a gun has killed people. And while we're talking about that, this is the furthest I want to go away from it, and I'm going to step away from that. But last time I checked, a black person wasn't behind the Pulse shooting. A black person wasn't behind shooting Christina Grimmie the night before. A black person wasn't behind Sandy Hook, who killed teachers and children. A black person wasn't behind Parkland School. There wasn't a black person that was behind Columbine. There wasn't a black person that stood on top of a Las Vegas hotel and shot down at the people below. But we are more worried about the black people walking down the street, minding their own damn business, than the white people that are buying these guns and illegally having them. Where and how and when is that not considered racism? Because I am very confused. Athletes are trying to come together. White athletes are supporting their brothers and supporting community. I'm sorry, but the NBA is mostly black people. The NFL has a good chunk, if not mostly black people. So if you're racist and you don't want to go to the game because they believe that their lives matter, then you shouldn't be there. Because they're done. Everyone is done with the bullshit that you think you have an opinion because you're white. Like, I'm sorry, but if you can't listen to someone else's opinion and understand that they don't want to die, what are you doing in public? Because you are someone that's going to hurt society by killing these people. I just don't get it. When you have people like J.J. Watt today and Baker Mayfield today, when fans say, please don't take a knee, and they say, what, are you kidding me? I'm standing beside my brother. I'm going to take a knee. Because it's gone to the point where the NFL has to apologize. How funny is that? It's gotten to the point where the NBA, the players, don't even want to play in August because they're so focused on creating a social justice and helping their people that they don't want to play the sport they love because they are focused on changing the world. But the people that still have this issue of people being black are just, hey, you know what? No, we don't care. You just need to shut up and dribble. You need to stand for the flag. It was never about the freaking flag. You have Bubba Wallace, a white NASCAR driver. I have been to the Daytona 500. There were not many black people there. But he said the Confederate flag needs to be banned. And guess what happened? NASCAR banned the Confederate flag. The world is changing. Racism should not be a thing. Maybe one day it won't be a thing. Right now, it is higher than ever. I don't care what you say. Shut up. Listen to these people that are just crying for their lives to stop being taken away, and understand. Educate yourself. Like everything I've seen, please just educate yourself and listen. Because Black Lives Matter. And if you don't agree with that, then please do not let me see you at a football game. Please do not let me see you at a basketball game. And shit, don't let me see you at a baseball game if that ever happens. Because there is no need for you to sit in the stands while there are black people playing the sport that you apparently love, and you just being a dick, an asshole, and a terrible person towards them. There is no room for racism in sports anymore. There is no room for racism in America anymore. It's gone on too long, and I just can't deal with it. I can't stand it, and I don't want to. So, I support the Black Lives Matter movement. That's all I'm going to say about it. If I went on too long, I apologize. If you are on the Black Lives Matter side and I said something to offend you, I apologize. Because I stand for this. I will stand for this. But if you're on the other side and you disagree with me, I really don't care. Because you haven't listened to anyone else's opinion. And if that's your issue, I'm sorry. I can't help you. That being said, everyone, thank you for listening to the first part. When I do come back, I'm going to take a quick break, get some water, kind of digress from that. I'm going to be talking about the NBA coming back and what that's going to look like. I know players are on the fence and everything. I know there's been some issues, but we're going to see. It's a couple months away what's going to happen. So please stay tuned. Thank you. See you in a second. Welcome back. What's going on? Guess what? NBA is going to Disney World. So start date right now is of July 30th, 2020. Let's see if that changes going on. I know they do a little bit different. 22 teams will be involved. Short round robin going into the first round of playoffs. Also, a little other side note is that there's going to be 17 players allowed per squad rather than the normal cap of 15. So this is going to be interesting. What's really cool about all this, what's something that I think is awesome, is that this is going to be something so unique and so different that I don't think we're going to really know how to kind of function with this, really understand it. Because what's going to happen is that we're going to have these teams that are completely rested for almost 3 months, 4 months even, and they're going to come out here with no distractions of fans in a common area all by themselves playing basketball. Like, that's something that's going to be so interesting to see 5-on-5 basketball where coaches can hear them yelling at players, players can hear each other speak, and they might even be able to hear the commentators talking about how they're playing great or playing bad. So what's so weird about all this is just the fact that fans aren't going to be in the stands, and I think that's really going to be weird at the end of it all. We're going to get to crowning an NBA champion. Someone is going to win the title, and there's going to be no one there to celebrate. There's going to be confetti. There's going to be a final buzzer. There's going to be an interview. There's going to be champagne. There's going to be some media members. But there's not going to be cheering. There's not going to be fans there saying, let's go, getting excited, storming the court. And that, I think, is just going to be the weirdest thing. And I don't even know how it's going to happen. Are they all going to have to stand 6 feet apart when they are celebrating? Like, are they even going to be able to grab the trophy? These are weird things that are going to be happening, and we're going to have to talk about closer to the end of the into the finals, because that's just going to be absolutely crazy. So that's something to really look out for. I'm really excited for the NBA to be back. I know, getting into it, there's been a few players that don't agree with that at all. Most notable current player, Kyrie Irving, obviously thinks that this isn't the time for NBA. We are still over a month away, so I don't know what's going to happen with everything in the world, especially Black Lives Matter. But I think that this is something that people do need, in my opinion. Steven Jackson was the other person on that list that doesn't believe that the NBA should be starting up because there's more issues going on. And the one person that really spoke up for the NBA starting was Austin Rivers. And I think he put it very well, is that a lot of these NBA players, 99% of them, don't make the money that Kyrie Irving make. A lot of these players aren't making money right now, and a lot of them are having an issue with trying to work. Hell, some of them are probably on unemployment, like a lot of other Americans. So they need to get out there, make their money, and at the same time, use this time to better your movement. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to be on TV at the time is going to be NBA. You're not going to have many other sports to compete with. You're going to be on center stage, and some people need this. My next episode that I'm going to record is going to be how fans are kind of not doing well during COVID, because a lot of people are losing jobs and things like that, and they turn to sports a lot of times when bad things happen. But that's what I mean, is that people in the NBA right now are the people that we need. We need LeBron James on the screen. We need all these people on the screen that are going to say, hey, like, this issue is still going on. All because I'm playing and doing my job does not mean these issues are stopping. So I think it's really important that the players get back out there and can make the change that they want to outside the courts and being on the court as well. And it just shows you how great and how forward-thinking I personally think Adam Silver is as a commissioner, because he sees the issues, he understands it, he backs his players, and then in turn says, hey, let's get back to work, but let's do it so we all can be safe and we can all be healthy at the same time. NBA obviously is going to be testing for PEDs, but luckily they're not testing for marijuana, which I think it just shows how forward-thinking Adam Silver is and just makes a lot of sense. What I really want to say is that this is the time the fans need to understand, is that we're going to get world-class basketball and no distractions to these players. That's going to be awesome. These players are going to be playing 5-on-5 against the best in the world for what matters, basketball. During the season, an 82-game season, players get tired, they get worn down, they get injured, and it's hard for you to be able to heal, turn it around, flip a switch, and say, let's get ready for the playoffs. These guys have had time to go home, to adjust, to reevaluate, maybe get healthier, work out some body parts, and they're going to come back at least 100%. If not 100, at least 90. And I say by the time you get to basketball, people are around 70% of health and kind of just ready to go. So this is something that's going to be really awesome and really exciting for NBA. The playoffs, I feel like, are going to be more intense than ever, even without fans. Because this is going to be like an NCAA March Madness common ground area with no fans. It is going to be LeBron James looking Kawhi Leonard in the eye, ready to go one-on-one to decide a Game 7 possibly. It's going to be Giannis and all these people from the East saying, hey, it's time to shine, it's time to put up. The West, they have the power, but we got to win it. And I just think that this is going to be exciting. Smart on Disney to say, hey, do it here. Great place. We have all the housing. We have everything you need. Great business move for them. I mean, ESPN, ABC, obviously Disney owns, so just makes sense, right? So I think it is so awesome that NBA could be back very shortly. And it's still far enough that a lot of the issues that we're having right now in the world can still possibly be changed. They won't. Hopefully this doesn't die down, but it gives a chance for the NBA players enough in advance to say, let me get my body in perfect shape, let me hit the gym, put up some shots, and would still fight for social justice, would still get out and march, because it's not going away. And I just think this is going to be a great opportunity for everyone. NBA is back. MLB has no idea what they're doing still. Today, the MLBPA just completely rejected the MLB proposal of 72 games, which I find hilarious because the MLB just needs to figure out what's going on. They were the last people to even make a single comment on the Black Lives Matter movement. They are just completely botching this, and we might not see baseball in 2020. I know the commissioner says that, you know, we're going to have it, don't worry, we'll figure this out, but no one's budging. So it's either players get their money cut, even though they haven't played a game and they don't know what to do, or the owners that make billions of dollars say, all right, let's just pay them. And it's a hard argument. I just want baseball back, so I don't really know what really to say or do because I haven't gone too deep into it. I've been really focused on the basketball part of it and everything else going on in the world. And now, of course, football slowly coming back as well. Everyone's starting to get back to work, virtual meetings all off season, which has been great. Tom Brady walking to random people's houses because, you know, you got to go meet your offensive coordinator to get a playbook, even though it can't be sent in an email these days. So it's great to kind of see football where it's going to be. I don't know. I know that they talked about dropping preseason games, which would be amazing. We do not need 4 preseason games to begin with. I think that we really should only have 2, especially if you expect players to play 17 games. I would love to see a 19-week schedule, play 17 games, and get 2 bye weeks, and then get completely rid of 2 preseason games because we don't need it. Liga started today. Just off the top of my head from what I saw before, I believe Messi, shaved face Messi, which is weird. He got 1 goal and 2 assists. Could be wrong, but it's nice to see that soccer slowly coming back as well. Korean baseball is going hard. Listen, I've been up at like 3 a.m. the past couple nights, and I've been watching some Korean baseball, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. If you got time, if you really need that sport, you're itching, watch it. Cornhole is going hard too, y'all. They're really out there. Cornhole has been on ESPN every single day. Today, New Zealand had soccer, and the stadium was packed full of fans because they haven't had a case, I think, in the last 2 weeks. That is so awesome. So hopefully nothing happens to that. Hopefully it doesn't come back. But maybe the world in sports can slowly get back. What I'm going to be talking about in my next podcast, like I said before, is really how fans are reacting, how fans really do need sports back. And I think the athletes need sports back. I mean, we all are itching to get back to our everyday jobs. So are athletes, so are coaches, so are front office managers. All these people want to get back to doing what they love. So hopefully that's going to happen soon. But for now, it looks like the next sport that we're going to have to watch, all when it's said and done, is going to be basketball. I thought baseball was going to get together and actually get some games in, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I really kind of want to hear your guys' opinions on it. Do you guys believe that it's good for the NBA to come back? Do you guys believe that maybe they should wait, that everything going on in the world is more important right now? I kind of try to look through the comments on Instagram through ESPN and everything like that about what players are saying, and a lot of people obviously want NBA to get back, but what I honestly saw was it wasn't many black people. It was a lot of white people. So I don't know how to gauge that, and I'm being completely honest. That's what I'm going to try to be every single day. So I'm kind of curious. What is your opinion? Should NBA come back in a month and a half? 6 weeks from now? Should we be watching all these basketball games going on in Disney? Or do we need to hold back a minute? Do we need to still wait? Do we still need to have this so that we can actually gauge what's going on in America on a day-to-day basis? I'm really curious of what you guys think. And if you are listening to this point, thank you so much. I don't really have much more to say. I am going to close it up. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Please give me feedback. Any opinion, anything, I'm here to listen. So yeah, reach out to me, whether it's going to be on Twitter, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, any way you want to, even on YouTube. If you want to leave a comment, please let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all are doing well, staying safe, being healthy. Until next time, peace out. Hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast. It would mean so much. I really will be doing this as much as I can. I will be releasing them as much as I can, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.